Hello, gentlemen. Would you mind telling me just what Alice is?
Well, it's a band, obviously. Just like we came together over like mutual influences, and then it just came out of nowhere, really, didn't it?
Yeah, stuff like Purity Ring and Crystal Castles being the main influences, but Bon Iver as well, and kind of acoustic.
Yeah, it's weird.
Interesting other things other than the electronic, maybe more like harmonies and all those things that make a song go together well, kind of thing. But yeah, no, it's a collaborative project of two producers is what we like to say usually.
Yeah.
Did you have any previous projects before you started the Alice?
Well, I actually asked Crumb originally to help me out with some acoustic stuff, and then I think I just mentioned that I'd been to see Purity Ring,
Yeah.
and he got listening to them, and then we kind of just agreed that we'd love to make that kind of music, and
Yeah.
did it.
Embarked on Drink Me.
Embarked on a 9-hour session of
Yeah, we
writing.
wrote it and produced it and the lyrics and recorded it in 9 hours.
So how do you sort of bounce ideas off each other when you're working together?
It's a mixture of things really, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes like with Drink Me, we'll both be in the room together for a long period of time, just having an idea, and then there'll be even an opposing idea or something we can add, and it'll kind of just flow on. But with some of the other tracks, either James will write the beat or I'll write the beat up to a point, and then like we'll have the ideas after that. So maybe it'll be slightly more James's or my work, you know. But
yeah, there's like somewhere sort of we've both been there together, and we'll start it off, and then like one of us will sit there for 20 minutes or so and do stuff, and then we'll swap, or it'll be more kind of mid, you know, writing a section, the other one will come up and say, "Oh, try this instead." But then there are ones where I think it's because as we've got more into it and more confident with producing, we produce by ourselves, come up with ideas, and then bring it to the other one.
yeah.
And some of them, like there was, I think, Pool of Tears I started, but then when Crumb came, and it was already quite like formed, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But then he
yeah.
added loads more, and it took it in a completely different direction, but it was still sort of the underlying
Yeah.
beat that I originally made. So there's not really one set way that we kind of make a beat or a track. It just kind of happens.
There's a nice balance.
Yeah, in whatever way.
It's quite a lucky thing for us to have found a balance quite early on, where we've both worked pretty well together all the time. I mean, we had an argument over a note recently,
Yeah.
just a single note.
Yeah, one particular note. I think it sounds good. He said no, that note doesn't sound good. But
We felt out.
so far we've
yeah.
not changed it.
And what do you do if you come up to a point like that where you both don't want to move on?
I think it just has to be a case of like compromise, isn't it? Because I
Yeah.
think this particular one, it's a repeating section in a track, and he said, "Oh, I don't like that note there," so I said, "How about the first one? We do it how you want it. The second one, we do it how I want it," and that's
Luckily it worked.
yeah, that's pretty much as sort of
But other than that, I just wait till James leaves the room, so then puts it my way.
yeah.
Hope he doesn't notice.
That's the benefit of producing in your room.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, and we've not really had any bits like that where we majorly sort of disagree, and I think it's because we both sort of have really similar influences, and we're discovering new bands at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I pretty much live in his room now, so it's like, oh, listen to this band, and so the ideas like that we have, kind of, we get to them from the same way, and they are very similar. So we're lucky that we can both sort of have the same idea about where we want to go musically.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and also it helps with the with the concept of the album, it means that we've always got something to push forward. So the whole idea of it is that it's based on Alice in Wonderland, and each song is kind of a chapter or based on a character. So vaguely, each song has got a specific reference. So we can say like, okay, well, we either do it as we got this beat, and then what will that work with, or we like get an idea from the book, and then we think, right, what can we use from that? So we've got a lot of kind of source material to use, which means we so far haven't had any kind of writer's block.
Yeah, it's more focused, isn't it? Because rather than like, because I've been in bands before where you just don't know what you want to write about, but this we've got a lot clearer sort of ideas of what we need. Like we've literally got a list of what we need to write to be on the album, so we know what tracks we've got, we know what tracks we need to write.
Your poison's running through my veins, and I don't know how to bleed. Your beauty melted in the rain, and from the poor tears, teach me to protect me, teach me to forget me. Your shadow haunts me in my sleep, but I don't know how to dream. I felt my heart beating as I began to cry. I felt my days flashing as the blood